Okay, so let's learn how to shade realism with pen. So these are the tools for live video. This one, this one I'll be using it to shade maybe darker places in the drawing. Then this one should be for, will I say, medium. For medium, it's not too dark, it's not too light. So I've used this a little bit. Then this one is a brand new one. I'll be using it to shade. I'll be using it to shade lighter places. So this is my picture. As you can see, I made the picture black and white. If you used to follow me or you used to join my live, you used to watch my video, because this is actually the first time of going live, my first live video. So this one is for light, very light places, maybe when I'm drawing a water side, a water part or something. So I'll be using this one. So let's learn together. So according to the picture here, this particular side should be darker. So once it needs to be darker, you don't need to fear, or just need to shade very darkly. The whole thing is just, look at here, this is dark, so the whole thing is just to make that particular place dark. You cannot see it very well. So that's what I'm doing here. But also avoid all these white parts. Make sure you avoid them. These are the things that makes the drawing look very real and realistic. So to avoid them, for me, I mark them out. This particular size, I will mark them out and then continue my shading. Shading dark side doesn't require any particular technique, or so just make that place dark, but use scribbling to make it look like a real skin. All this side I'm shading now is very dark. That's why I'm shading with any direction. Shade it until you get the thickness you want, then you can use scribbling. More the skin, so that's why you use scribbling. It's just about making the drawing look like a real skin. So I'm using this scribbling method, just rotating. I've showed you what is scribbling. Scribbling is just something like this. Yes, this is scribbling, but you are making it more tinier in the drawing. This is just what you'll be making it more tiny. And about these spaces that I left, these are water drops. So I will advise you to leave it. Don't shade it now. Maybe later, when you, after shading this particular place, then you can apply the details for the water drop. Then it will now look like a water drop. Just make sure you follow your picture very well, And I advise you to always make your picture black and white. This I printed this picture, transitions and everything being blended to the light part, and I can see all these things. Well, if it is a normal skin color, you will see all these things, but it will not be as it is clear here. So make sure you always make your picture to be black and white before you start shading, especially if you are a beginner. All these things are never magic. They are not, all I say, they're not printed or so. All these things are being drawn. So you draw it one after the other till you get what you want. That's how we draw, that's how we make drawings. And that's how other artists make drawings too. I'm using a needle point paper. This is needle point paper. Look at how to know a needle point paper. You see these lines. These are needle points. This one is called fine line paper. Fine line, sorry. Needle point. Let me bring a needle point paper. Okay, look at this one. This is needle point paper. It has these dots. I don't know if you see line paper. These are mostly the paper I use. These two paper is what I use. But this one is a fine line paper. The main thing about these papers is just what this pen. You know, this is a line. So you just need something that will be breaking it to look like a real skin. That's just what you need for papers. Whether it's needle point paper, whether it's fine line paper, just make sure that the paper can break lines to look like a real skin. That's just it for papers. You needle point paper, you can get it at any art shop. I don't know about where you are. I'm in Nigeria, so needle point paper is mostly every art shop has needle point paper. It's fine line paper that is really scarce. It's not that scarce. If you check where you will see it. But both the two papers are available at Amazon. You can see them there, or you can search at Jumia for Nigerian guys. You can search for in Jumia. I haven't seen it in GG. Jumia, Amazon. Amazon is a place you will see any types of paper, even straight more paper, any paper you want at all. So you can see it there. So let's continue the scribbling. Just stick, just stick so that you learn many things, so that you learn more things. It's not all about making videos or editing them. Sometimes you go live so that people understand what I really talk every time in my videos. You know, edited videos are fast. You are welcome. I've seen it. Thank you. Edited videos are fast. They are fast, and you try to edit it, add all the music, all those stuff. So most people don't get what. So I decided to go live today so that you understand it well. And if you have any question, this is the high time you can ask me any question at all. I'm here to answer it. If it's something that I can show you, then I will show you too. When drawing, don't get distracted. Maybe you are doing something, or you are listening to someone. Don't get distracted. Always look at your picture. Even if I'm explaining all these things, I'm looking at this picture so that I will not make mistake in my shading. when shading dark, the main thing you just need to is to get it dark. Okay, let's go over to this particular side. Let's detail this particular place. You can see how it is here. There are water drops here, so you have to make sure that you don't shade any water drop, or you don't shade them while you're making the skin. You should leave them as I left these other ones. Leave these water drops. Just make sure you mark the water drops. This particular place, there is water drop here. If you are seeing it well, there's water drop here, which is this one. There is water drop here and here. So I will advise you to leave the water drops when you are shading. When you are shading the skin, leave the water drops. Then let's show this particular place. I'll be using scribbling. The normal thing I show you scribbling is don't make it more larger. When you are detailing, you have to make it smaller, very small. Make it smaller so that it will look like a real human skin. Thank you for the like. One thing about skin is that it really looks like the last part, but will I say is the main thing that makes your work more beautiful and realistic. This scribbling, even if you don't know about hatching, cross hatching, all these things, even if you don't know about it, if you know about this scribbling, you can make your work hyper realistic. If you know able only scribbling, like use scribbling to do your layers, use scribbling to add, use do use scribbling to do everything he's drawing. Almost everything in his drawing is about scribbling. If you don't know about hatching and cross hatching, or you find difficult to do hatching and cross hatching, just train yourself to learn this scribbling well. Make sure you are really good in this is important. I'll really show you how I shade with pen in this live too, so just stick to it. I'll show you how I shade water drop, or these water drops. I'll show you how we artists do it, and how you make it look like a risk. You won't just leave it with this white part. If you just let's finish the skin part first. And when shading in always look at this part. Now look, here is more darker, here is more darker. So when you are shading this part, also make it to look more darker, because our aim is to get everything, all the details, both the water drop, everything about in the picture is our aim in the drawing. So you get every details here, you draw it here. Once this side is dark, and cross hatching to darken it. anyone anyone the main aim is to darken it. Dark places has the advantage of using any technique at all. You can even use dots, or do mainly dots. Using dots is getting it more realism, to make it more detailed. So I don't think you need to use dots in shading a darker place, although it will be dull and slow for you. Just watch my hand though as I'm drawing. Watch my hand. This is the first time I'm going live. If you are subscribed to my channel before, if you have subscribed, this is the first time I'm going live. So I don't know if I'll go live again. It's just for my students that really wants to learn how to draw. If not, uploading will be better and a shorter period of time. Uploading will be better. But you can even be drawing as I'm drawing. Understand? You can maybe practicing it or have another paper and be doing what I'm doing so that you'll be getting it or you'll be jotting it down anyone you want. Because I don't know if I will be going live all the time. It's just for my students that have been asking me for live videos so that they will see how everything is being done well. So if you really want to learn this, I advise you to find pen and paper and start jotting most of the things I'm saying down. Now I think we have gotten. Sorry, my bad. Sorry. Stop skill for reconnecting. The network. We are still adding details. So for you to understand detailing, I've not even started detailing this small part too. I've not even started drawing the water drops. So pen drawing, you will need patience. Pen drawing, you will need to have exercise patience, skills, so that you can get what you want. It's not about rushing all of them. If it's a normal video that I just uploaded, I would have got the video by now. But I think we'll go live for 1 hour. I don't know. What's the time? I think we'll go live for 1 hour. So make sure my network is bad. So sorry for that, please. I don't know what to do to improve this network. Please, if you have any question, ask. If you have any question you want to ask me, or maybe you have a comment, so ask it now. Answer. Just type it in comment. I will answer you. And also, I recommend you to do your own as I'm drawing. It's the best way to learn now. Do your own as I'm shading now. Okay, let me just show you how I will shade all these water drops. So for this particular one, you will know where the highlight is. The highlight for this drawing is at the top. So make sure don't mark it. I just want to mark it so that you see it well. And make sure you use maybe a lighter one. This is a new pen. So this one will give you the lightness you want in the drawing. So carefully don't add any thick line in the water drop. Then know where the highest light is at the top. This particular place is at the top. So then shade the surrounding, like around the shade it to be more darker so that it will look like water on a skin. And water usually has shadows. That's what you need to learn. So every water drop must have shadow. Now look at these ones that I've been shading. Look at the shadow. The shadow of this one is here. The shadow of this one is here. The shadow of this one is here. So make sure you add all those shadows. Now look, this now look like a real water. I don't know how it appears on your phone, but it looks now like a real water. So add more details, add the surrounding, and then you're good to go. Okay, let's shade this water part, this other one, let's shade it too. Mind you, know where the highlight is. The highlight for this one is still also at the top here, so avoid that particular place and shade other places. Network with this, I don't like this network. Oh, this thing is this kind of network with this now. So let's go for this other one. Now where the highlight is at the shade the surrounding, and this part, let me zoom in a little bit. This particular place is more darker, so make it darker, then shade this plate slightly. Let me use the new pen. For artists like me, scribbling is the main thing I use for adding details to making it look more real. So mostly everywhere you see details in my job. This network, oh, this network is disturbing me. Okay, let's show this other water drop, because there's a water drop here. Shading this word, know where the highlight is. So at the highlight is at the top here. Please like the life, please. The highlight is at the top here, so mark, note that side, note it, and shade around it. Don't just upper place, there light place. And if you are not familiar with the old pens you have been using, get a new one so that it won't add ink to that particular place, because if the pen bleeds at this white part, at this water drop, the water drop will be messed up, or you will just need to leave it, because without that highlight or without all this white stuff, it will not look like a water drop. It won't look like. Get a new pen if the other one is disturbing you, or you're not getting the details you want. There's a water drop here too, so you need to be careful, because that this one is not too visible, and you also have to make it. I don't get this network. So now it's, I think I've shaded this particular place. For water drops, you need to be careful though. Serious. So there's a water drop here too. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. So that shading, getting my realism in the drawing. That's how I do, so that I will not make mistake. There's another one here. This, I hate this network. So I think the water draws this side. You have gotten it right. Or I will still add more things though. I will still add more things. About water draws, you need to be careful. Please like the page, please. Okay. Do about this other water drop. Learn how we draw water drops and how we shade realism with pen. You can be drawing your own too in your house or wherever you are watching the live. You can be drawing it so that you won't make mistake. You will get what I'm saying. Or you try out the water drop. And please, if you have any questions now, I don't know if I will go live again. This particular place, the highlight is here. The highlight is here. So make sure you avoid the highlight. And ash, the shadows is at the back here. The live will just last for 1 hour. 30 minutes to go. The live will last for 1 hour. It's 30 minutes gone. Next 30 minutes I'll end it. Now look, this look like a real water. Am I right? It's when you add those shadows and avoid the highlights. That's the just thing about water. Okay. Now there is a bigger water drop here. So I think we need to add it. If you are not good in sketching with pen, please don't do this. Because I want to sketch. But to avoid mistakes, I'll advise you to sketch the water drops because you need to be very light with it. And make sure you always clean the mouth of your pen. You know it always bleed. So for me, I clean it. You can use tissue paper or whatever, but I use my hand to clean the bleeding around the pen so that it will not bleed where I doesn't want it to bleed. You can use pencil. It's not compulsory to use pen to sketch. You can use pen to sketch it. And try as much as possible to get the exact thing in the picture. Try to get the exact thing in the picture so that it will look more realistic. The life is for art students only, please. It's for art students only. I did a live because of questions and demands, lots of demands, both in my comment section, in my WhatsApp. That's why I did a live. So if you're an art student that want to learn, this is an opportunity for you. And I don't think I would do it again, although it will be uploaded so you can still watch it. So I think I've sketched the water drop. I've finished the sketching. So let's shade there first. If you observe, you will notice that this is really light. These are really light places. So you will have to. Okay, thank you. Love from India. I'm from Nigeria though. So you will have to avoid these water drops. Very important. This middle, avoid them. And that's not only it. If you look at the picture, this side has highlights, so it's really difficult. It's not that difficult too. don't get scared. It's not difficult. So you will need to be careful around this part, shade them more darker than like this other place. You won't shade them as dark as this side. You have to be very careful here. So I'll be using here mainly is scribbling, and the scribbling have to have spaces between them. I'm from Nigeria. I'm in River State, Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria. So let's get back to work. I'll be making my hatching and cross hatching, but it will be lighter because of this place that I. So stay tuned. Carefully shade them. Please like the life, please. Drop a like. As in my regular video, this is hatching. Sorry about the network. Then this is cross hatching. Crossing the line like this is cross hatching. Then